All right, now to a very important subject. It's volunteering. We know that a lot of people want to do it, but it can be really hard to find that right match, find that opportunity to give back in our community. So to make it a little bit easier, we want to introduce you to a group that specializes in this. It's Volunpair. It's Volunteer Engagement Platform. And here to tell us more about Volunpair is the Executive Director, Melba Salmon. And also we've got Josie and Natalie here. We're going to talk about that too. So glad you guys are here. There's such a need for this, and you know, I understand people have a heart that they want to volunteer, but they don't want to go there and not feel like they're being utilized, or maybe it's not a good match, and that's where you step in, Melba. Tell us about this.
You're exactly right, Ann. Volunpair was created to address challenges and concerns from both nonprofits and volunteers surrounding volunteerism. For nonprofits, they found it challenging to find volunteers that had the right fit, maybe the right fit of the frequency of volunteering or the right skill set for the actual activities that were needed. Just recruiting volunteers in general was an overall issue. For many volunteers, very much the same issues, finding the right opportunity that aligned with their skills, their interests, and their schedules. So Volunpair helps bridge the two. We bring the two together so that we can expose volunteers to a plethora of volunteer experiences around Indianapolis and help nonprofits promote those opportunities to the right people at the right time and keep that pipeline going.
Yeah, it's a two-way street. So Josie, I understand you work with the people that want to volunteer.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Yes, so as Melba mentioned, we're really trying to find the many people that are already out here that want to volunteer, but they're struggling to find where and that right fit. So we're out in the community, we're in events, we have social medias, and we're seeking out people who are raising their hands to say, I volunteer. And once you do that, you can get on our platform, you fill out the interest survey that Melba's kind of alluding to, and that survey is how we pair you with these wonderful nonprofits and organizations. And we're looking at your availability. We're looking at you know, how much physical exertion are you planning on doing that day? What are your interests? Do you have certain professional skill sets that you could use and that you could bring to a nonprofit? And so that's the bulk of what I do. So I'm out in the community seeking those volunteers.
Yeah, and Natalie, you're working with the businesses of the nonprofits that want these volunteers to come in and help. Yes. Tell me about that aspect of this.
Volunteer coordinators in nonprofits wear so many hats. They're the recruiter, they run their social media, they are doing administrative work, and then they're also greeting and meeting volunteers, and then meeting with so many different departments that need those volunteer opportunities. That's a lot of role for one person. So my role as a volunteer network training coordinator and Volunpair, we're more than just a platform. We're also helping and supporting those organizations to be volunteer ready. We'll offer thought partnership, different network and training events based off of different challenges that volunteer coordinators run into with their volunteer program. So not just retention, but maybe you have a volunteer that has been committed and recurring. How do you level them up? How do you bring them to a leadership opportunity? Or you see a volunteer and you really need an opportunity for a specialized task. Okay, let me invest in you, invest in their volunteer. But telling them how to do that and making them feel empowered to create those opportunities and connect further with volunteers.
Melba, what's the feedback that you get most that resonates the loudest for you?
I think the feedback we get from volunteers is that they're looking for something that's interesting. Sometimes they're looking for fun. Sometimes they just want to learn something new and different. Other times it's an opportunity to socialize. You get to meet different people in the community. We have one nonprofit organization that shares an awesome story of these individual volunteers that over time were volunteering together, and they, just small talk here and there. Well, they found they had a lot of similar interests. Now they're their own pickleball team.
I love it. I love it.
So we're finding that there are a lot of different reasons for volunteering, and we say come one, come all. Whether it's a family with children, there are many opportunities for families with children. We get a lot of feedback that families don't know where to start. You can start with Volunpair. We get a lot of feedback from organizations that they have ironclad systems, but the landscape of volunteering is shifting, and they want thought partnership to help understand, so how do we shift our recruiting? because there are many organizations that never used social media before. We can help with that now.
That is awesome, Melba. Thank you so much, Josie and Natalie. It's great. Volunpair, reach out, get connected, and make a difference, and you might be the one that benefits the most. All right, Lindsay?